Hi guys, how you doing? Today we're going to do the example of entering like some number, okay? Just put it inside the array, okay? And then we will get the sum and calculate the average. So let's say like this example, let's run this, okay? And then enter the number of times. So let's say we want to get the average of three numbers, okay? So 3, and then let's say we'll have 10, the first number, and then we have 12, and then we have 13. So the average will be 11.6. Okay, let's see how we're gonna create this program and run it. So let's go there and then comment it, and let's start here. So this is the main method. So right here, so we need to read, okay, from the keyboard. So of course you guys know how to create an object from a class scanner. So let's do scanner, and we call this object input, okay, equal new scanner system.in. Of course you're familiar with that. System.in, system.out, system.in to read, system.out to print, right? And then we will print message to let the user enter the number. So we will have system.out.print line, and we put this phrase, please enter number of items, okay? And then we want to read from the keyboard, so we will use this object input. But first we need to declare, we want to put this value in the variable that we're gonna use it as a size of the array. So let's integer, okay, we call it num equal input dot, we will read integer, so we will dot next int, like that. Okay, so now we read this number. So now the second step, we will declare the array. So let's say this array will be a double array, and we call it numbers equal new double, and we put here the size, which is none. Okay, so this will be the size, okay? Whatever like the user gonna enter here, this will be the size of the array, okay? As I told you, when we declare the array and we assign, we put the size, so it has to be a fixed, okay? So we cannot change it after we put, like, we assign like some elements to the reference of the array, and then we change the size. So it has to be, from the beginning when we declare it, so we have to assign the size. So the size here will be, read it from this keyboard. So whatever like the number, the value of this number, it will be the size of the array, okay? And then right now what we need to do, we need to do a for loop to read each time, like, how many times. Let's say here we put 4, so we need to have a for loop to read from the keyboard the numbers that we will assign to the elements of the array, okay? So let's say here for, we will do like a counter int I equals 0. I told you we start from 0, okay? And then semicolon till where's like the I less than the number, the size of the array, and I incremented plus plus. So here guys, I told you again, so this is, we're gonna have the reference from 0 to, let's say if this 5, the number will be 5, so from 0 to 4, okay? So this is the way it works, okay? So here it will be less than the number, which the num, which is, as I told you, this variable, either it will be 2, 5, whatever the number, so it will be less this variable. We can write it that way, or we can write it in the other way. like the name of the array, okay, dot length. So let's see here, I less than number dot length. So this is will be the same, okay. And then what we will do here, we will read, let's say system dot out dot print line, and we call it enter number, and then we give it, instead of that, enter number enter number, and then we take a space, and then plus we need to read this variable, okay, so I, okay. But as I told you, start from 0, but the user doesn't know, like if I told him enter the number 0, of course not. So we have to do it like that way, so I plus 1, okay. So it will appears like that, I, which is 0 plus 1, it will be 1. The second time when go inside the loop again, when we increase the I by 1, so it will be 1 plus 1, it will be 2, okay. So this is the way that we can display in accurate way. And then we will read it, so it will be numbers, and then this is the reference equal, so the reference of the array, it will be like that, so the name of the array, and then the I, this is the reference, because each time it will be when we loop, it will be a different value. So the first time will be 0, second time 2, 3, 4, all the way till like the length minus 1, okay. So if the length is 100, so it will be 100 minus 1, 99. If the length is it will be 10, it will be the length minus 1, 10 minus 1, 9. So this will be like that, number I, and then we will read it the same as we read any normal things. So this is will be what it will be a double, remember that well, so it will be a double, so we will read it like input dot next double, okay. This is the way we read. So let's run this and see. So please enter number of item, let's say we want to 2 only, and then enter number 1, so we'll put 5, and then enter number 2, as you can see we'll put 3, okay. And there is nothing, we're still like working on it, but you see how it works. Let's say we're not gonna add this and run it, so please enter item. So let's say we do 2 items, so enter number 0, and you see enter number 1. Of course this is not accurate way, of course this is the reference, but the user doesn't know that the first the reference 0, so this is will call the first elements in the array, so that's why we add here I plus 1, okay. So right now, as you can see 2, that's 2, 2. So let's say now we need to calculate it and print the average, okay. So now we read and we assign each elements to the reference of the array. After that we want to count them, so we need to have a variable sum or whatever, like which is like double sum equal, we have to initiate it, this is the initial value, since it's like double, so we should put the decimal 0.0, okay. And then we need to add each time that run, we need to add this, but let's put this on in a top outside of the loop, okay. So it should be like that, because each time when we loop, so that's increase the sum by the value of the reference of the array elements, okay. So let's say here sum will be plus equal what, it will be the reference of this, the value of this reference, okay, after we read it, okay. We put it here, okay. And then if we want to get the average, so we have to declare another variable, so let's say double average, okay, equal so the initial value also equals 0.0, and also we can put this on the top, and then right here, so the average, the variable average, okay, let's print the average. So what's the average? The average will be like the sum of the number, okay, so the sum over the number, okay, over the number of like the array size. So let's say here we want to print, so print system dot out dot print line, and then we're gonna have this message: the average of the numbers you entered is, and then what we will do here, we will do average over what, over num, I'm sorry, the my bad, the average, sorry, let's say the average here first, okay, okay, we will print the average, my bad, but here we need to declare, so what's the average? The average is equal to sum over the num, okay, and then where's the double average? So probably we mistype it, yep, it was mistyped, so now it's perfect. So the average is like the sum of the numbers over the num, or as I told you, instead of num we can do it like numbers dot length, okay, it will be the same, num or number dot length, it will be the same, and then we will print the average. So let's run this and see. So please enter number of the item, let's say we will do 4, okay, enter number 1, so we'll have 10, and then enter number 2 5, enter number 3, let's say 3, enter number 4 6, and then as you can see here, the average of the number, the numbers you've entered is 6. If you guys, you know, grab the calculator, okay, and then you will like add, the first number was 10 plus 10 plus, and the second number will be 5 plus 3 plus 6, okay, so that's the total will be 24, okay. So if we divided this 24 over the number of the sum of the you know, the sum over the number of the elements that we have, so we have here how many numbers? 4, so if we divide 24 by 4, it will be 6, as you can see, so it's accurate. So I hope you guys understand how we declare the array and how we use it, what's like the reference of the array, what's the elements of the array, and I hope this example will be clear, okay. You will see this example actually, you know, in the lecture, write down there, just, you know, copy and paste it, just try to change, you know, some in this code, and instead of like printing out numbers, so let's say if you want to print like a string, or you know, string, or you want to print a character, you know, char or something, so just try to play around with those things, and I hope you guys understand it. Please practice, and thank you for watching, and see you next lecture. Goodbye.